conversation about the new rules on overtime that are coming December 1st. Now, our first part in this series generated a lot of buzz on the website, on social media. You name it, people are asking all kinds of questions about how the law will affect them. Joining us now, Lynda McNutt-Foster, the CEO of Cortex Leadership Consulting, and Chris Head, the co-owner for the Roanoke Lynchburg franchises for Home Instead Senior Care. Thanks, you two, for being with us this morning.
Absolutely.
So a lot of buzz generated online, a lot of questions. Now, what did you expect when you started talking about this? Did you expect this much?
You know, I really went to Becky and I said, this overtime law is not getting a lot of buzz in the leadership and business community just yet. I know it doesn't take effect till December 1st, but it's going to impact people's pay. So I kind of thought it was a story. We kind of had no idea that it was going to be as big a story as it is. Turns out, when you mess with people's pay, it matters to them.
Shocker, right? Shocker.
Right. Yeah, so she got about 1,800 shares, which I think is the most amount of shares so far from a 10 o'clock news story. So people really care about what they make.
So how are you then, in that case, handling all of the questions?
We've done like 4 podcasts now, because this is way too short a segment for us to be able to really get in depth. So we've got Tommy in 2 of them, actually in 4 of them. We've got Chris and another one to talk about it from a leadership perspective. So we go really in depth online. You can go to virginiafirst.com or just search it on YouTube, and you can find out how it affects firefighters, teachers, admins. We were curious. The questions we got were like sales commissioned people. How does it affect on-call workers, healthcare workers? And so I thought having Chris on would be really helpful, because that's one of the fields that, you know, has been affected by laws in the past recently, but now this one is really stepping it up just another notch too.
And you have about 300 employees in organization.
Roughly, the majority of them are already hourly employees. I mean, overwhelming majority, probably 260, and we have about 280 right now. So about 260 or so are hourly already. The others are salaried or a mix of that. Our administrative employees is really what this one's going to affect. And you know, it comes down to it's going to alter the way we do some of the things that we do, because it's not so much that people are going to get necessarily more money, but the way that they are compensated is going to have to shift in a lot of cases. And what we are most concerned with, and as a matter of fact, the specifics of what we're going to do to comply with everything, we haven't worked out yet. We're taking a couple of days. My wife and I, as the co-owners, along with our general manager, are going to be leaving town for a couple of days to go just drill down and figure out what the plan is going to be, so we are able to get this done. It also doesn't take place really December 1st. It takes place in the first pay check that is paid in December. So if you're paid in December for work that was done in November, it actually takes place in November as far as when you've got to be able to make the adjustments. So we've got a pretty short runway on this to get it all together. What I'm most concerned about is maintaining culture, because the overtime situation that we've got right now, if you are overtime exempt, you can come in, you can come and go sort of as you please. You're able to get a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom in what you're doing. If you need to stay late to help the company get something done, that's fine. If you need to leave early for something personal, that's fine. If we're not real careful, we will alter the culture of the company as we make some adjustments. And that's what I'm most concerned about, is how do we comply without altering the culture? And that's really what I think employers have to look at very carefully.
And I know, Lynda, a lot of people are still going to have some questions. Very quickly, are you and Becky going to be doing some more questions, answering them, doing some follow-ups?
Yeah, you can just, Becky is sort of fielding all of the questions, and then we're trying to create podcasts. We have some things planned in the future, because this affects so many employers, so many employees. We want to really be sure that we're being thorough. So people have emailed in and corrected us on a few things. Thank you. We appreciate that. This is a complicated law, and whatever you have to say, send us an email so that we can get this right for you and report it out effectively.
Perfect. Thanks both of you for joining us this morning. Jason?